What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto here. It is Thursday night because we're starting Haunt Month, aka Hell Month, and with me, as always, my lovely, beautiful co-host.
Surprise!
Oh my God, who are you?
It's Kira.
And
I took over for Melissa.
So, unfortunately, Melissa couldn't make it tonight because she had to work, and looks like we also have another special guest on the show.
Oogie
Hi, Oogie. So Oogie's gonna hopefully behave himself and hang out with us, I guess. So, but I'm really excited about tonight because we're gonna be talking about an upcoming event in August.
I wonder what that could be.
I will be involved in, and you will be involved in.
Me?
Oogie will not be involved in.
No.
Oogie will be at home. But we're going to be talking about the zombie pub crawl here coming up in Daytona on August 13th. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on our special guest, Mark Baggett.
Woo!
Hold on, wait. I gotta make sure I unmute you. And Mark is frozen.
No!
That's the way I always look.
All right. So Mark's gonna it's like one of those like old school interviews where they just have the picture of the person and they're just talking.
Right.
So Mark's on Zoom, hopefully here hanging out. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but that's fine. We can kind of start to talk. So how you doing, Mark?
I'm awesome, man. Thank you for having me on your show. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Now, what we do in the beginning is we do what's called the elevator pitch, which allows our guests to take the pressure off of us and introduce themselves. So tell the world, tell America who you are, what you do, and maybe a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Yeah. My name is Mark Baggett. I'm the founder of MarksterCon, which is a year-round event production company. Hey, there I am.
Hey, now you're moving. Okay.
I basically host parties for a living, and I've been doing it for 10 years. Started, wow, 10 years ago. It's crazy. But I do themed events. I do anything that's related to geeks. And so I'm on your show to talk about an upcoming event that we're doing. I haven't really done anything for the last 2 years, thanks COVID. I've done a few other events, but this is my first pub crawl that I've done since COVID. So
okay.
Super excited. All my events are different themes, you know, wizards, zombies, vampires, galactic, Doctor Who, whatever. So we're doing a zombie bar crawl. It's the first one that MarksterCon is doing in Daytona Beach.
Oh, very
cool. Super excited to have the HauntScene support.
Yeah. Yeah, HauntScene will actually be sponsoring this event, which is cool. So we'll talk about that. There's actually a special coupon or a promo code you can use to get some 20% off the tickets. So we're going to go over that in a moment. But we got a lot of stuff to get through. But I wanted to start off with, you said 10 years here. I guess I ruined this because I've got your 9-year birthday. That was last year. Oh, that's right. It's now June. Sorry, my years. So happy 10 years, happy decade
birthday.
for MarksterCon.
Hey, yep. I appreciate that. You know, I was going to make a big deal of it, but I got so busy. I didn't even make an announcement about it. So thank you. I appreciate the accolades.
This can serve as your announcement. Awesome.
There we go. I'll take that.
Got a
All
cake
right.
and everything.
Very cool. All right, so the Zombie Bar Crawl at Daytona Beach, Florida, coming up here, produced by MarksterCon. So you can Google MarksterCon or just look up MarksterCon. Is it MarksterCon.com, I believe?
Yep,
okay.
MarksterCon.com.
Perfect. And also world's most famous brewery that's being presented, and some other folks here. But let's get into some of the things you've done. So, like you said earlier, you do some geek crawls and meetups and fun things here. So Galactic Bash, so Battlestar Galactica, which I'm a huge fan of, at least the new version, so that's cool. Were people dressed up as like Cylons and things like that at that one?
We had one, and you know, it's funny, like with the Galactic Bash, I've done an event in Atlanta for years called Bash of the Empire, and it's more Star Wars themed, but so with the Galactic Bash, we made it much more of just galactic themed.
Gotcha.
That obviously is using the typeface that looks like Battlestar Galactica, but you know, it's like, you know, Trekkies, Doctor Who, Star Wars, you know, anything that's galactic. And so it went over well. So
Okay, gotcha. Hold on, I'm gonna make one little adjustment here. Hold on one second. I just realized what might be going wrong. The magic of live television.
Uh-oh.
Where are you? No, that's not it. That's not it either. Oh well, it is what it do. Okay, all right. So so very cool. So a bunch of spooky events, and you've also got one coming up here in Savannah, which is really cool. A Vampires Ball. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of tickets left for that one.
yeah, this will be the third year that that we've done the Vampire Ball, and it's actually officially already sold out 3 months in advance.
Well,
Oh, congrats.
So we might have more tickets if people get refunds.
gotcha.
But it's sold out this is the third year it sold out. So this year it just sold out super early. We've got the Tomb Tones, which are a Halloween type of rock punk, not really punk, but kind of, I'm not going to try to describe them. But anyway,
Okay.
the Tomb Tones are going to be the featured act. But yeah, I'm excited. Savannah's awesome. I love Savannah.
So what you're saying here is, for the people watching at home, for everybody in the Southeast, that the events might be likely to sell out. So make sure you get your tickets early. Obviously, this will be the hottest ticket in Daytona on August 13th. So that'll be cool. So man, I need to make it up to something like a Vampire Ball. You know, get all like gothic.
They have them at the castle, Johnny.
I could go to the
We
castle
can
in Ybor.
we can set you up.
Yeah, let's do it. Very cool. I'm actually dressing up on Saturday. Yeah. All right.
How are you?
Very cool. Here's some shots from a recent zombie pub crawl in Atlanta. So this was, I believe, was this last year or earlier this year?
That was actually before COVID.
Oh,
we
okay.
haven't done the event since COVID, but yeah, I've co-produced it with Gorehound Productions, and it's hosted at Diesel Filling Station, which unfortunately actually recently closed. Got sold and closed, but yeah, it's a great event. Atlanta, as you know, with Walking Dead and stuff like that, it's zombie central. So we've always had a great team of makeup artists come in for that. But yeah, those are some snapshots from some of the other events that I've helped co-produce.
Awesome, very cool. I love the themed zombies. So you've got like the beer winch and like the Lederhausen, type thing. So
Yeah,
that's kinda cool.
with the Atlanta zombie pub crawl, you would have, because it was such a popular event, that you would have people that would come themed zombies, and so you would actually have people like those two that are kind of like the German Lederhausen ones. And the last one we did, it was a team that came in, and they were schoolhouse zombies. So they made like a cardboard bus, and they all carried the bus around them, and they looked like kids they weren't kids, obviously they were adults, but they were all bloody and everything else. It was awesome. So some people really get into it, so they'll take it's almost like cosplaying zombies and put it together and use a theme and then make that into a zombie theme.
Very cool.
That's so cool. There's so much you can do with zombies.
There is. Let's bring this a little closer for you. There you go. Just,
Thanks.
I just want to make sure people can hear you. Awesome. So, well, that could also be something somebody could do in Daytona. You could come as a theme. We could do a theme.
We could do a
I'm thinking about doing a zombified haunt podcast host.
That's so creative.
I know, right? I already have the costume.
I'm really shocked.
That's
hearing that come
crazy.
from you.
That's kind of cool.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm so original, so thoughtful. All right, very, very cool, awesome. So, wanted to bring this up first because this is one of the warm and fuzzies about this, but I really like the fact that the event here, the Zombie Bar Crawl in Daytona, is going to be a charity food drive. So, did you want to talk about working with Halifax Urban Ministries about this?
Well, it's pretty basic. We need to help bring in food for families and people that are in a transitional state right now. And I've done canned food drives before with Halifax Ministries. They have specific requests as far as what they need. So there's specific items, and it's mostly food items. But I'm a big believer of trying to do good, push good back out to the universe when you can. I recently did another canned food drive at another event I did in Savannah. It was a Gatsby Gala, and we brought in about 500 cans of food and took them to the local shelter that we were donating for, and they were super happy, and they were saying that they've actually had to close over the last couple of weeks sometimes because they didn't have enough donations. And it's kind of like the main homeless shelter in Savannah. So, you never know how it's something that you take for granted, like some cans of food on your shelf that you don't know if you want to eat, taking those out and sharing that with somebody else. So hopefully we'll have a great turnout in Daytona, and we'll be able to make sure that we make a positive difference.
Right, and obviously canned food is in itself zombie themed, right? Because it's apocalypse.
Yeah, they got
break out that old can of beans.
That's true.
Yeah, very cool. All right. So this right here, every 2 items donated equals 1 raffle ticket. So there's going to be prizes you could win, things you could do. So looking for canned pasta, chili, beef stew, corn, green beans, pork and beans, soup, tomato sauce, navy or pinto beans, peanut butter, boxed breakfast cereal, macaroni and cheese, pasta, rice. So this will be they will be collected where the registration is. So just bring them with you. That way you don't have to carry them around. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, and that's super easy to do. Like you said, that stuff's just laying around. You know, I'm sure
if I go in my cabinet right now, I'm just going to steal my roommate's food and and just bring it and just say it was for a good cause.
I'm sure he'll understand.
He will, especially when I win a prize. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
He'll be jealous.
Yeah. All right. Very, very cool. I love it. I love starting off with good stuff. Okay, so like I said, we are at a sponsor. So HauntScene, we've been a sponsor for this. I think it's been about a month or so ago. I don't know. Everything's been a blur lately, but thank you for setting this up. I love the graphic here. If you use the promo code HauntScene for this, you can get 20% off your tickets. The website for this is going to be FloridaBarcrawls.com. This will expire on August 4th at midnight, so you've got maybe about another week or so to redeem this, to get this going. And I know some of my friends are going to be out there. Jeremiah and Kira are actually really good friends of ours, so I'm glad that we can all get involved with this for a good cause. So that's going to be awesome.
We'll be there for sure.
Yeah. Very cool. And let's talk about the gimmies. So you got some stuff here for advanced tickets, so some more incentive to go in and start buying advanced tickets for this event right here. You've got shot glasses. I got to get one of these shirts. A Zombie Bar Crawl shirt right there. So are these still available?
They're still available. So the shirts are for the first 100 tickets sold, and the shot glasses are for the first 200. So we still have them available, and if we don't sell that amount with advanced tickets, then whatever we have left over will be available for those who do come in and do walk-up tickets day of.
Oh, okay, cool. Now,
go ahead.
Is this going to be like a one or the other, or if you buy early, you get both?
It's both. It's just there are fewer T-shirts than there are shot glasses.
Gotcha.
So right now, if you were to buy a ticket, you would get a T-shirt and you would get a shot glass.
That's two cool things. I mean, those T-shirts look amazing.
I know, right? Just the biohazard symbol on them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them printed. Yeah,
they look really good. Now, this design may vary slightly from the final one, but it looks really good as it is right now. So very, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it should be close to that. The logo proportionally might be a little smaller. I like to have a shirt that you can make out what's on it, because sometimes you get shirts that have a massive logo on it. So I'm a designer myself, so I'm very picky I'm OCD about things like that. So long story short, it should look great. Can't wait to wear it.
I'm very particular about branding and color schemes and all that stuff. So I feel you. I feel the OCD. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very cool. So this is going to be awesome here. Just one of the flyers here. If the zombie, you can also look this up on Facebook if you want to. There is an event for this, so if you did want to sign up and get more information, you can look on Facebook. I have an event for HauntScene, so I've invited some people as well if you want to do that. But here is the main flyer for this. I chopped it so it would fit on this, but you can see we're going to get into the pubs and everything that are involved in this, but this is going to be awesome. Really excited about that. And there are some pins as well. Pins? So you can rock out with the pins. So you're going to get all the swag. All the zombie swag.
Everybody wants swag.
Everybody does.
So you got to get those tickets.
Yes. Now.
Yeah. You got to get that shirt. You got to get that cup.
All the things.
You got to get the pins.
I mean, it's not like we ever need shot glasses for anything.
Never.
You know, ever.
I've never used a shot glass.
We've never, ever,
not
ever.
once.
Andy's gone. We've driven him away. Oh, he's
back.
I was like, wow, that's the quickest show ever. Very cool. So there'll be pins. And so let's get into this. So there are a couple different types of tickets, but for those of the people who are watching at home, and I don't know if you've ever been to one of these, but I have not. I have never been to a pub crawl. Have you ever been to a pub crawl?
I actually have not. So this is my first pub crawl, and I will also be working it. So it's my first pub crawl I'm working, and my first pub crawl I've been to. So
I guess it's appropriate for us.
It is.
So if you would, for the folks at home, what exactly is a pub crawl?
Well, it's quite literally of course, you don't crawl now. I guess you could. We have had some people who are dressed as zombies that do get into it and actually will crawl for photo ops. But basically, it's a great way to come out and be around people that are like you, that are that mentality of like, okay, obviously the people that come to this event are going to love zombies. And it's kind of like going to a con, but it's much shorter. You're able to bond and meet all these different people, and you actually, you move from bar to bar, and you enjoy libations or just enjoy the camaraderie. We have photos. A lot of times we have contests, and so with this one, basically, in a nutshell, what will happen? People will come to the Zombie Response Center, which will be where the headquarters will actually be at Main Street. And so what you'll do when you get there, you're going to check in registration. You're going to get all your swag. And so for those of you that actually end up buying tickets that have makeup, we actually will have zombie artists. We have one right there sitting to show true testament that we are going to have some amazing talent. And so you'll actually get made up as a zombie. And after you do that, you might want to get a drink or two, and we will move from bar to bar. So, a great thing about that right now is that you'll be patronizing the bars that obviously, with COVID, a lot of them, I'm glad that a lot of these are still there, but you'll be able to help patronize them. Now, the tickets do include a complimentary drink or shot at each venue, and each venue will have something prepared that will be zombie themed.
Oh, that's so cool.
Zombie themed shots or drinks at each venue. So when you move to each one will have something different. All this will be laid out in a zombie bar crawl survival guide that everybody will get at registration. It'll be a little booklet with some other interesting facts, a map, and everything else of where you're going. And so basically it's a way to get out, meet new people that are like you, enjoy libations or not. I would like to add, drinking is not required. It's just maybe a love of zombies and look for an adventure. Every time I do a bar crawl, I see friendships blossom, because people are put in proximity with someone else that loves something that they do, and they'll strike up a conversation. And I know, there are other bar crawls that happen in Daytona, but they've been wanting some new stuff. So I'm excited to go down there and do that. Now, makeup will be on site for those that buy what they call an infected ticket. And so that kind of makes the zombie bar crawl a little different. Sometimes people just come in costumes, or with the zombie bar crawl, people are going to come in, and we have a high percentage of ticket buyers already who want on-site zombie. So Kiara and the other makeup artists, they're going to be busy. And what's great is like most of these people probably have never had zombie makeup before.
That's cool.
So that's gonna be a great experience in itself for those of you that have never had a zombie makeup.
Oh yeah, just seeing whenever you do makeup on someone who's never had it done and they see themselves for the first time, their eyes absolutely light up. I love doing makeup on people who have never had it.
I've never had zombie makeup on.
I mean, you've had makeup, but not zombie makeup.
Yeah, not zombie makeup. I've had like blood I've had makeup for under a silicone mask.
Yeah.
There we go. That's cool. This is such a cool opportunity because, like, even if you're like, let's say you're like want to dress up like a survivor, like when else are you gonna have this whole group of horde of zombies that you can take pictures with and do the things, and that's really, really cool.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like a giant party. So much fun.
Yeah, I do want to point out that we, like all tickets, either a survivor or an infected, will have the option of having a turn in the blood spatter booth, which basically will have some people there that will spatter you with blood. So if you're a survivor, you know, maybe you were close but you didn't actually get bit, but you have blood on you. Right. Or if you you know, if you're infected into a zombie and you want a little bit more blood. So that's totally optional.
That's awesome.
Totally optional.
Is that where they just like it's like a 3-sided wall and it just like blasts you with blood? And then it's just like blood splatter everywhere. I think I've seen that in some haunted houses, right? Because they have a room where they designate where they put blood on people. I could be wrong.
I mean, it depends on. It just depends. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if ours will be that intense, but it will be the same premise of having blood.
You'll get
spattered.
bloody. You'll get bloody.
But now with a bar crawl, is it just everybody sticks together and they all go as a group to the different bars, or is it just we'll show the map and the location in a moment. Is it just kind of open where you can kind of wander in and out, or how does that work?
You know, some people wander in and out. A lot of it actually depends on how large the event becomes. Now there are some bar crawls that will actually move as one group from bar to bar, but I try not to do that because what ends up happening is the bars have a bottleneck. And so if they have 50 or 100 people coming at one time, the bartenders can't keep up. And then, you know, people get upset.
It can be overwhelming for
they
everybody.
Can't get a drink, you know. So what we plan to do is we'll do a couple of zombie hordes at specific times that we'll have on site. So if you want to walk with other zombies, if you want to shamble, you know, we obviously highly encourage people to totally embrace the whole zombie feel. There's nothing funnier than, you know, you're going down the sidewalk as a zombie, dragging your leg behind you, and somebody drives by and they look over and they're like, what the hell did I just do?
Oh man.
You know, so
bath salts again.
Are you in Florida?
We are in Florida.
So we won't move as a group, but we'll encourage people to move as hordes, or they can go on their own. You know, it's not required, but yeah, we won't do one major group. But the zombie hordes is always fun, depending on, you know, because sometimes somebody's getting makeup and they're not done and they can't move with, you know, a whole group. So it allows people to kind of be staggered so you can still move around, you know, so you can still be with your zombie fellows, so to speak.
So how fast can you put zombie makeup on somebody? How fast can you make a zombie?
It really depends on the complexity of the zombie makeup. When I did makeup last year at Howl-O-Scream, I'm sure I got people in and out of the chair within 5 minutes, but there were others that you can take up to 20 minutes, depending on if they're wanting prosthetics, you know, if they're just wanting some quick airbrush, if they're just wanting, you know, a little bit of gnarl. It really just kind of depends, but we can usually, you know, zombie makeup, get people in and out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't be alone.
I know, we've got a few other artists.
Got some extra people here. So, like you just said, you've got the on-site zombie makeup included with the infected advanced online purchase. So make sure you choose that when you go and sign up. Make sure you use that HauntScene promo code. But I think I've got the artists on here. Let's see. So we'll come back to the map here in a moment. I wanted to highlight the artists while we're talking about them. So a couple people, you might have seen some of their work here. Danielle Caldwell, which is zombie. Facebook.com/zombie photo, or Zomtography, which I had to pronounce. So that's really cool.
I'm super excited to see her work.
Yeah.
This is the one artist I haven't met, so I'm really excited.
Very cool.
Yeah, so she's, you know, she's a great great makeup artist, but she owns a company called Zomtography. I think that's how you say it. Zombitography, or sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but Yeah, so she will actually people will go to her and she'll make them up into a zombie, and then she'll do photo sessions with them. So it's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing, cool. Especially if you can do both photos and the makeup.
Yeah. Awesome. So that'll be really cool. And then we've got Eileen Ventura, which I believe was this person involved with Howl-O-Scream?
She was, yes. Eileen worked with me at Howl-O-Scream. She was also in my class at Vamp.
Oh, cool.
She's a phenomenal artist. She's so good, so fun to work with. She's super nice.
All right, that's cool. And then we're going to have Fatima Surat.
So she goes by Fafi. Fafi, yeah.
Got it. A lot easier to say.
She also is a phenomenal artist. She was with me at Vamp as well as Howl-O-Scream. Can do super diverse makeup, the whole thing. Such a good artist.
Very cool. All right, so it sounds like some Howl-O-Scream alumni will be together. Did you all come back? Did you come as like a package, or were you all recruited by their individual selves, or how did that work?
I was approached. They asked if I had any artists in mind that might be in the area, and these were the first two that popped into my head because they are so incredible. So
awesome.
They were in. They're excited.
I can't wait to see the group of zombies that all of you create.
I know, and everybody has their own flair with things, so it's amazing to see how everybody works, everybody's different styles.
Very cool. And then obviously...
Oh, yeah,
no, Instagram, Kira Taylor, this is the magic of live television. So it's okay, Instagram.com/Kurbiey, Kurbieyey. Jesus, John.
You'll get it, you'll get it.
I know. I've only known you for like ever.
For like 5 years.
I know,
at this
it's crazy.
point.
But here's Kira and some of the work that she's done. So this is the kind of stuff that you're going to be seeing at the zombie pub crawl.
Yeah.
That's
excited
awesome.
To do everybody up.
That's cool. That's very, very cool. All right, so let's get back here and talk about the venues. And so I've got all the venues on here. So the check-in is going to be at the Main Street Station. So that starts at 4 o'clock on that date, on August 13th. And the registration is from 4 to 8. But how late is the actual event going on?
The event will go on till 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
And of course, there will be people that will stick around after that. But that way, it's not going too late into the night where you have an overage of like regular patrons coming in. So, I mean, I know that when we've done these before, when you start doing makeup like around 4, and it's Florida, it's going to be hot. By 10, 11 o'clock, you're going to be about ready to either get a second wind or go home. So, but we'll officially be pulling up stakes at 10 p.m.
Gotcha. Yeah, as the day goes by in Florida, you're going to look like an even worse zombie.
It works out.
Yeah.
You start looking like a real zombie. Your skin starts melting off.
Very cool. So, Boot Hill Saloon, just kind of reading these here on the left-hand side. Neptune Sports Pub, The Terrace, Dirty Harry's Pub, and the world's most famous brewery, who is one of the presenting sponsors here. And you look at this area right here, and what's really cool about this is right across the street from the check-in area here, the registration here, is going to be the Pinewood Cemetery.
That's perfect.
I know,
what a
right?
perfect
That's
location.
crazy.
It's like we all rose right from the cemetery.
Right.
Now, was that a happy coincidence, or was that actually planned?
I will say it was a happy coincidence. Chad and Sam, who are my liaisons in MarksterCon's liaisons in Daytona Beach, they did all the groundwork and went and visited all these bars. And I remember Chad calling me before we got anybody officially on, and he was telling me, he's like, Boot Hill's right across from a cemetery, like literally right across from a cemetery, and that would make for some great photo ops. So it was kind of like it was meant to be, because it's the far venue on the very end, and it's not a long crawl. So yeah, long story short, total just happened to work out that way.
Very cool.
I'm so excited. Yeah, that's going to be amazing photo ops. Of course, be respectful. They are graves.
Don't step on the graves.
So
don't be a jerk.
But yeah.
Very cool. Now, this may seem like a large area, but from the northern part to the southern part here along Main Street is only, the whole thing from head to tail is only 0.2 miles. So it's not far at all, a couple city blocks. And yeah, so this is going to be really, really cool for all these different areas here. Now, I would imagine some of these places, in addition to drinks, probably have some food and some snacks and some appetizers and things. And I've never been to this exact place in Daytona, so I'm really excited about visiting for the first time as well. Yeah.
I'm also excited. I haven't been to Daytona, so it's going to be a more firsts for all of us. But yeah, I imagine everything will have snacks and all that good stuff. We do know zombies for being hungry, so.
It's true. Very cool. So how does this actually work when you go to set up an event like this? Because you've been doing this for a while. And you've done these pub crawls before. I would imagine there might be some other pubs and things in this little area here, but how do you go about like recruiting them or getting them on board to be a part of these events?
I mean, it's as basic as, knowing what you want to do, like having an idea of, a theme and a date, and then you contact the venues and kind of tell them what you can offer them, because obviously, you can bring people into their establishments to help make some extra money. And it's funny because this the same weekend, it's another happy coincidence, but August 13th is also Sturgis weekend.
Oh, okay.
Which, for those that know about motorcycles, that's like the big motorcycle rally out. I think it's in South Dakota. So the bars are, they're not going to be near as busy as they usually are. So we were glad that we were able to do it that weekend, because it's going to help bring in some extra income to those bars. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have as many people, because they have, regulars that most of their regulars will probably be gone.
So they're going to go from.
Yeah. I mean, it's just reaching out to the bars and telling them, what you can offer, and finding out what they can offer on their end. And it's with any city, of course, I'm biased, but if I were a bar owner, I'd want to be involved, because you're going to be having new people come into your establishment that maybe had never been there before, and if they enjoy it, they'll come back. But with anything, it's you're going to have some bars that they're not interested. They don't want their clientele bothered, or I also run into it often. It's a lot of venues have poor communication, so you have to you talk to 5 people and the right people still don't hear. So Daytona's been good so far. I'm looking forward to MarksterCon building a working relationship with them.
Yeah, this would be something cool if it could turn into like an annual thing.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. So I am really, really excited about this. I kind of want to make a trip out there just to like see it ahead of time.
Get your little game plan going.
Get my little game plan going.
Which bars you're hitting first.
And I was looking there, and if you are going to be drinking, obviously don't be dumb about it. There are hotels in the area. I've already been looking. They're not too bad. So you can, depending on how far away you want to stay. Some of them are within a couple minutes. Some of them are a little bit further, but obviously be responsible for this. But yeah, very cool. All right, so we talked about the artist there, got the venue on there. All right, so let's go ahead and ask some questions here. All right, so let's get our little side-by-side menu right there. And what have we not talked about here? So we've talked about MarksterCon, how long you've been, talked about Bar Crawl, talked about how this is going to be different, talked about the different ticket types, how much walking, we talked about that, drinking required. Oh my God, have we blown through all this stuff already?
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay, I actually have a question for you. I have a question. This is something I prepared for you, Mark. I'm sorry. Right. Mark is so rehearsed with these. He's just like, I know what they're going to ask.
I know. He had it ready, everything.
All right, Mark. So, money's not an object, right? You win the Mega Millions, which you probably wouldn't want to work and do things. Never mind. So, there's no budget, any place in the world, any theme, what would be your dream like event party that you would run? What would be, where would it be? What would the theme be? And then maybe like what celebrities would you want there?
Oh man.
Well, you know, this is not something that I would love. This is kind of a dream of mine, is that I would love to have my own venue.
Ooh.
You know, because other than pub crawls, I do dances and social get-togethers and stuff like that. But I'm always working in someone else's space, and it really limits me in what I can do. You know, like I'll have 2 hours to set up for an event, and then you have 2 hours to tear down. And I, people that are close to me know that I would love to have my own space to where I can actually do these just completely immersive themes.
Very cool.
And like it's almost like a pop-up bar type of thing. You see that in some of the areas or some of the larger cities around the country. But so for me, it's kind of like I would love to do. I don't know if I could pick one theme, because I would like to be able to offer people an immersive experience, but it be changing with time. So it wouldn't always be the exact same theme, to where I could actually, in my head, I know how I do it, but I could change up the entire venue within like a day. It would take up some prep work, and I've never really kind of spilling my guts on all this, but that's why I'm speaking it out into the universe.
That's all right. Got to put it out there.
I would, if I had the mega, and I've thought about this, if I when I win the Mega Millions,
that's
something
it.
that I would do.
We can. I will split it with you, okay? Because I also use the. Okay, we'll split it together.
I want a little bit.
Did you buy a ticket?
Did I buy a ticket
for Mega Millions?
No.
Well, how are you gonna win?
Did you buy one?
Yeah.
You both went in without me? I didn't even know we were doing this.
I mean, if you don't.
Oh my.
Okay,
gosh.
so I don't know about other people that play the lottery. I
Gosh.
do not play the lottery with the actual intention of winning. I play the lottery so I can simply fantasize about winning.
I fantasize about winning.
I know,
but
but you can't win unless you buy a ticket. So it's almost like you buy your Mega Millions ticket, like these two that did not win. And you're like, I could just sleep at night. I'm just like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow when I win my job. And I have these fantasies about like, returning my company car with all the equipment inside and not even telling them and just ninja vanishing. And it's all thought out.
I fantasize that I'm going to find a briefcase while walking my dog, and there's going to be tons of money in it. And it's going to have a note that says, I hope this finds you well.
Wow.
You're welcome, so I don't feel guilty about not returning it. And then nobody's going to be able to trace the money to me, and I'm going to be able to secretly like pay off people's loans and like just surprise people with new cars.
Yeah.
Surprise myself with new things, just then that way nobody gets suspicious that it's me just handing out stuff, of course.
I would want to keep it on the DL.
Yeah, you got to keep it on the DL so you're not harassed.
NDAs for days.
I've thought about that. Like, I would love to tell everybody that I won, but I would actually probably tell nobody.
Yeah, you'll have people
like you guys said, because you would have people would constantly, if it was a large amount, people would constantly be coming at you.
Yep.
And so that way you can pretty much live your own life, and it's not like, because you're gonna have people that are gonna come out of the woodworking. You're gonna lose friends. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Sometimes the money shows people's true intentions.
It's true.
So that's why you gotta keep it hidden.
I would just be independently wealthy. I would be a day trader.
I'd be like, I don't know where this,
the Amazon stock really went up. It's crazy. That GameStop stock.
That's what it is.
It's crazy.
So Johnny, if you won, let's say you won $50 million, what would you do with $50 million?
After we get through the very elaborate fantasy of leaving my job, which I love, and I love my company and I love my job, but I would leave in a heartbeat, because if you win the lottery, you're not meant to work anymore. Like, people are like, I would still work. No, you wouldn't. You would quit. I would get an attorney. I would get insurance. I would then pay off all my debts. I would do everything I wanted to my house. I'd remodel my house in every which way I would want to do it. And then I'd move out and get a bigger house actually in Orlando. I would build a studio. I would still do HauntScene, but it would be like it would be a year-round thing. It would just be for fun. I'd buy an RV. We'd travel around to all the spooky things in the U.S., all over the world. I would help the people that have helped me in my life. I would take care of my friends. I would do all the good things I can while still enjoying myself. Yeah.
Aww.
I know, right? Because I mean, it's karma. If you ever get that lump sum of money and you don't turn it around and do something positive with it, you're kind of you don't really deserve it. So yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, I would do all the things. I just.
You could make your flamingo movie.
I could.
High budget.
I could make my.
High budget.
I could go in and I could make Flamingeddon. I could make the movie Flamingeddon about killer yard flamingos, killer zombie yard flamingos, and that would be a reality. And the sequel. I have a whole elaborate plan for that one. That's fine.
That's hilarious.
Flamingeddon. And I
want to see it already.
You know what? We got a little bit of a delay, based on turnover with HauntScene, but someday I own Flamingeddon.com, and I already know what the sequel would be called. It would be called the Flamboyance.
Is this still the box of flamingos, or
that is not the box of flamingos? Is out there. I have a whole case of dollar store flamingos as well. And yeah, it's gonna be like really cheesy and low budget, because that's gonna be the whole point. But then we could make like a legit version. We could make a crappy version, and like a legit
and
version.
then a remake in 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you'd just bank.
And I would make the knockoff brand too, like the one you find in like the Walmart Red Box.
Yeah.
It would be like the penguining or something like that.
And nobody would know.
And I would make that one too.
You would still.
I'd make my own remakes. That would be awesome. Wow. I gotta win the lottery now. Sorry, Mark, you're out, man.
Johnny. So it's all mine. The flamingos deserve it.
Yep. Yeah. Do it for the flamingos.
I'm telling you, man, I will never look at a flamingo the same way again.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. He's got the scenes planned out.
Oh my God,
the actors, everything. Yep. It's all already planned.
Yep. The Mark Baggett, who's one of my favorite musicians, and I watch his videos on YouTube. He did the flamingo song about how a flamingo's just hanging out and all of a sudden becomes murderous and starts like killing things. And I would want to get him to do the soundtrack. Yeah.
Wow.
Everything would come full circle. It'd just be like boom.
It's gotta happen.
It's gotta.
That's
someday.
in the universe now. Hopefully nobody steals your idea before you can do it.
Fine.
You just put it out.
Yeah, I just did. Well, I mean, I'm just putting these things out there in the universe so Mark and I can win Mega Millions, and you can't, but you would benefit from it.
I mean, I hope so.
I would take care of you, Jeremiah and Kira.
Here's some chump change.
You would have jobs, your full-time jobs. It would be like Entourage. It'd be like your jobs would be to hang out with me and keep me entertained.
Can we have cool black suits and just follow you around? That's like fine. Your security?
Yeah. Jeremiah could be my head of security. You could be my
All you would need is
you could
Jeremiah.
be head of pets.
Head of what?
Head of pets.
I could be head of pets.
I will get a horde of Shih Tzus, and you will be responsible for them.
Oh, my dream.
Yep. And Oogie will lead them.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know.
Little sleds.
Wow, I know. It's crazy. Awesome. Well, how did we get talking about this?
The lottery. We all want money.
Very cool. All right. Back to business. Did I miss anything here? So we got the bars. So let's talk parking. Let's bring up the map again because this is going to be important. So let me get through this stuff again because this is something we need to talk about. So parking. Is parking going to be a problem at this location?
There should be a decent amount of street parking. What we're going to do is about 3 or 4 days before the event, we're going to update the Facebook page, and I'll also email all of the ticket holders with suggested parking areas because Daytona doesn't have large parking, like a large parking deck or anything like that. So it shouldn't be too crazy, but we are going to email. I like to do a final email right before the event to all ticket holders just to kind of remind them about everything so everybody's on the same page and it helps everything run smoother. So I'll do that, and then we'll post it on the Facebook event, and I'll probably post it on my other social media channels for those people that might not have bought a ticket but are curious. And of course, we'll also update the ticketing site with any information we have.
So that's another reason to buy advance tickets. So you're on the email list for all the most current information, the bleeding information, so you can pull in that spot before some other jerk does.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want somebody's taking your spot.
Yep.
And he's also great with updating the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Like every few days, there's always something new to look forward to.
So zombie bar crawl for a good cause. Having local liaisons, our friends Chad and Sam, because we know them as well, using local artists to support local businesses. Why wouldn't you go?
Is this a local event?
It is local in Florida. Well, I mean, I'm in Orlando, but it's close enough.
I'm in.
And you know what else is in? You know what else is in Daytona?
The Speedway.
Besides the Speedway.
The beach.
Buc-ee's. You could go and get your Buc-ee's on, get some cheap gas at Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's has like gas that's like 25 cents a gallon cheaper than everywhere else.
I still haven't been to Buc-ee's.
Oh my God.
I still haven't been to Buc-ee's.
It is like a Wawa and a Walmart had a baby. There's 200 pumps. It's insane.
Did you say 200 pumps?
I'm not kidding. It's not a gas station. It is a complex.
I can't even picture that. 200?
You're going to picture it when you drive by it in Daytona. It's right off the freeway.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to go.
This is true.
We gotta.
Buc-ee's, and they have like the amazing brisket sandwiches, and
oh my gosh,
they have beef jerky and candied nuts and
sorry, I'm salivating.
I know that.
Oh man,
you get hungry like a zombie. Very cool, awesome. And then what else we got to talk about here? Did you have any questions for this? You're part of it.
I don't have any questions. Okay. I have some.
So one thing with the makeup artists. Everybody that has an infected ticket will get zombie makeup, but it's not going to be extensive head to toe zombie makeup. So it's going to be basic zombie makeup. And then if they want to, have prosthetics and like for the artist to spend more time and supplies on them, they can, basically what we call upgrade with the artist, and they can just pay the artist directly. Now, it's all up to what the artists want to do. As far as Kiara was saying earlier, everybody's going to have a different look when they make zombies. So for those of you that might be thinking about coming out, remember to wear old clothes or dress in a costume, and bring some cash too. Yeah. If you want to, tip your makeup artist or pay a little extra to get the works, Right. But that will be between the makeup artists.
Yeah, and after the makeup thing is over, I would imagine some of the makeup artists will probably be walking around and doing the things. So buy them a drink,
Yeah, buy us drinks.
Do the things.
I think all of us love drinking.
You probably need one or two or 10.
Especially being Florida heat. But I think we are going to, after we get everybody done up, try to do each other up. We're going to go out there and, enjoy the time with everybody.
Nice. This is going to be so fun.
I am
so glad I got, because Chad told me about this months ago, and it kind of blipped on my radar. But once it was like a real thing, I was like, I got to be a part of this.
Yeah, so. I was excited whenever I heard you're actually coming on.
I have to support the things that are spooky.
This is going to be real spooky.
It is going to be spooky.
Real spooky.
And this is like the perfect kickoff for things like Halloween Horror Nights, which opens up like 2 weeks later, and the spooky season and all this stuff. So if you wanna be at ground zero of Halloween this year, you're gonna want to go to the zombie pub crawl in Daytona on August 15th.
It's like a Halloween pregame.
Yeah, it's like a pregame. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pregame. Very cool. All right. What else we got to talk about? I think that's everything on my list here. So we've gone over all the things. Anything else that you wanted to bring up before we start to wind this down?
Going over my list too. For people that want to hear some of the same information, who might actually be interested in buying a ticket, floridabarcrawls.com, where they can check that out. And I want to give a special thanks out to you guys at HauntScene for being a sponsor and helping boost the event and getting it out to your followers. You guys are very well known in the HauntScene, and I truly appreciate that. And Chad and Sam, my liaisons in Daytona Beach, they've done a great job. And I'm hoping that we'll do other events down in Daytona. This is kind of the first one, and so far we've had a great response. And it should be a great time. It's 21 plus. And you can also just come to the event. You don't have to buy a ticket. The bars are not closing down just for the event. So if you just want to come in and hang out, as long as you're 21 plus and walk around and meet people and take photos, you're totally welcome to.
But you should,
it's not a
buy a
private
ticket though, and bring canned goods.
Yeah, yes, of course. But
and I believe some of the sponsorship slots are still open, right? So if you want to get in and get your name out there for this, event, you can still do that. So it's not too expensive. Get your name out there.
Yep, that's true. And a special thanks to world's most famous brewery, who is the presenting sponsor. They paid for the T-shirts.
Oh,
so we really helped them.
Yeah.
Really appreciate them doing that. To make sure that you guys, anybody goes in there and say, "Hey, thanks."
Thank you.
Really wanted to,
Yeah, mumble it in zombie if you have to.
That's very cool. That's awesome. This is going to be a blast, and everybody's going to have a good time, and everybody's going to be safe. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the pictures and the videos and the reels and the TikToks and all the things.
I love the TikToks and the reels, and everybody's going to be dressed up. It's the perfect photo opportunities.
So good.
I mean, there's so many fun things that's going to be happening.
So if you're a photographer, you might want to buy a ticket and go out and do the things.
That'd be a great time. Yeah. Good. It'll be partially in day, and then it'll get to the evening. So you'll get zombies in the day, zombies in the night.
Zombies in the cemetery.
Zombies
being
in the
respectful.
Cemetery. Zombies in bars.
Respectful zombies.
Respectful zombies. Eat brains, but be respectful.
Right.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. For those that do come to the crawl, behave yourselves. Be aware of watch out for each other, just in life in general.
Yeah.
If you happen to get fake blood on something, clean it off.
Yeah,
that sounds silly,
but leave it
nicer than you found it.
And
Yeah, take care.
Right.
Because and it's especially important for an event that's going to be there the first time, because this is something we would obviously want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to make sure that we
make them want.
We don't burn things on the ground. The zombie apocalypse literally started at a zombie pub crawl. I don't know how that happened. So it's crazy.
Florida man showed up.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Okay, well, it is 8:53, so we're going to have to wrap it up there, Mark. But thank you so much for being on the show. I do appreciate that. I will take this up. I'll clean up the audio. I'll put it out on our podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast later on, thank you so much. If you ever have any questions, go to the Markster.com page or reach out to HauntScene. I can get you in touch with all the details and everything. And I would love to see you there. We would all love to see you there. So it's going to be a great time.
Get those tickets. Use HauntScene's code.
Do the things. Yeah, I'll bring that up one more time.
Foods.
Yep. Do all the things.
Support these events. Support these artists. These bars.
There we go. Get the t-shirt. Get the shot glass. Get everything 20% off. FloridaBarCrawls.com. 20%, that's like gas money. That's Bucky's money.
Bucky's money. You could get gas.
Buck, yeah.
With the money you're saving with the 20% off.
You might make money.
We're paying.
I don't think that's how it works. Okay.
You could use the extra 20% to bring some extra cans of food to donate to, people who are less fortunate. I mean, shoot, COVID's been really hitting a lot of us, so this will be a good time to do some good and have some fun.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So there are no downsides to this. So please make sure that you go, you buy a ticket, and hopefully we will see you there. So did you have any last second shout outs? I know you went over a very quick list, but anybody else you want to say goodbye to other than the millions of people watching at home right now?
Just for those of you that have been supporting the event, thank you so much, and just continue to share it with your friends. It always helps to have people tell other people about what's going on. If you're going to an event, you want to have people cool like you, then invite your friends, because then you'll have people to hang out with. So. Just thanks to everybody. That's all the bars that have been willing to jump on board, and we're ready for a great time in just about 2.5 weeks.
Awesome, very cool. All right, well, there, sir, we do appreciate you taking the time out of your day on our first Thursday show of 2022. Keep in mind, we do have all kinds of other stuff coming up. So thank you to Kira for making the drive to hang out with me tonight.
Of course.
And Mark, hang out for a moment here on Zoom. I got a couple things I got to wrap up with, but I do appreciate you, and I'm sure we'll be in touch. And thank you for sending me all the stuff over. I really appreciate that. Mark makes it easy to promote his event, so thank you. Wish every guest was like that. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up here. One last thing that I got to show, which is going to be this way, is we do have a lot of shows coming up. It's going to be ridiculous. I just added another one here. Remember, as of going into next week here, starting on the 2nd, for most of the Tuesdays and Thursdays, except the 25th inside of August. This is our Hell Month, aka Haunt Preview Month. So we're going to have Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. We're going to have Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds on it as guests to preview their haunted themes, maybe give some tickets away. Kirby Farm Scary Train. We'll be talking to the folks of the Ultimate Haunt Tour, the 12 Haunt Bus Tour in Michigan in November. Scream and Stream, a haunt that's coming back here, Action Park, Nightmare Village to South Florida, Terror Trail in Sebring, Florida, and a Petrified Forest. And I want to give a shout out to Horror Happens with the Dead Girl. She will also be doing, our friend Eric will also be doing some haunt previews. Some of the haunts that we're going to have on, maybe some that I won't have on, but you can definitely get some more information if you watch Erica's show. She does a great job. So I want to give her some love. And keep in mind, in September, as we get closer, we'll be doing our full haunt season preview and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff coming up there. I want to give a shout out here to our growing list of Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. This is helping a lot. So we got, it's getting too long to list everybody, but John, Sebastian, Laval, Crystal Laval, Mark Muncie, Carrie Schultz, Amanda Rosenblatt, SR Travel Stories, Allie Beamer, Crystal, Sean Maximus. We love you all. Thank you so much. And make sure you are following HauntScene on all the things. We are literally HauntScene on every platform. So follow us, please. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And remember, next week on the show, Tuesdays and Thursday, next week, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, Fright Nights. Really excited about this. And yeah, so yeah, it's that time.
I'm exhausted just listening to you list all of that.
It's just so much stuff. I mean, I can't do what I do without giving love to everybody else. So we appreciate everybody watching the show, listens to the podcast, subscribe to us on YouTube, do all the things. We appreciate all the support. That's really what keeps us going. So it's not about us. It's about the people that we can put a spotlight on. So love being a part of an awesome event like this, and can't wait to see you and Jeremiah there.
Yeah.
Do the zombie things. Very cool. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and roll credits. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate you. And do you have a tagline ready?
Well, Misfits always say stay spooky, but...
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. Till next time, Spook Easy!
Stay spooky.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. All right, credit rolls. So for whatever reason, I got a little bit of chop on that. I did a local recording, so I'll probably end up re-uploading it to YouTube anyways.
Yeah.
But...
people in the chat or in the comments said they were having some issues with it freezing.
I don't know what the hell's going on, but... oh, well. We got through it. This is the magic of live television. I probably shouldn't leave my computer on like 24 hours a day.
That poor computer.
Yep. And we are officially offline.
Woo!
Very cool. All right, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. And you did some prep work on that. I greatly appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I had most of what you sent me, but there were some graphics and things. I'm like, I was just text when I put it in there. So thank you for putting the extra effort into getting me the pretty version of stuff. So very, very cool. Awesome. And once I get the edited version of the podcast version, I'll get